All right, we are here with week 11 versus the Tonebridge Toxapexes, Biff. Um, this is a post recording of the game because I was not able to record at the same time, being different time zones. Kind of crazy. But on the right, you can see what we bring. Starting off with Scolipede, um, absolute monster this season. Terrabug, great Terra Captain. Next, we got Manetric, simple 4 attacks, good speed tier versus his whole team. And looking back on it, I didn't know Electro Hisui was going to come, but it kind of did good against that too. With the electric attacks, I was thinking about switching it in a lot to kind of get the lightning rod boost, but it did well against that. Next, we got bulky Kieran Black and max HP, speed enough to outspeed the Samurott, and special with Iron Head as well. I guess I should have gone Flash Cannon at this point because I was special, but it was Iron Head. And then we got the Cone. Basic set for me on this Cone. Pretty simple. Actually, no, these EVs are off. I believe I was max special defense, no defense. Yeah. Next, we got Volcanion. This is the only way of taking on this Chi-Yu. Scarf Chi-Yu is a menace, and it will destroy my team, period, no matter what, in any sort of nature. So I had to have a direct counter to it. Next, we have Gliscor, rocking out with Stealth Rocks, Roost, Poison Jab, and EQ. No Roost. I had Defog. So that's a little off. But we got that going. So that's a team, and we'll start to watch the games. I lead off with the boy Kieran Black. Mainly because when you look at his team, he's not going to be leading Chi-Yu. And then to everything else, it hits so hard. It's super effective against Electrode, Rodriguez, and Samurott, which I thought Samurott might have been a lead. Maybe Sash, Ceaseless Edge, get some hazards up. And then Palma, I have Earth Power. And for Weezing, I have Earth Power as well because it doesn't care about Levitate. So that was probably the best lead I saw possible. And then so he led with Electrode. And this thing does not touch me. I think its only attacks are literally electric and grass. I don't think it has anything else really. And so this was a free freeze dry. He does Volt Switch, but something's taking a bunch, which Samurott takes 90, which is awesome. I was really scared of this thing, especially because then this totally allows Gliscor to kind of exist here against this team once Samurott's dead. So we are leftovers as well, which is really good. He sucker punches. I don't know if he knew that we were faster or not. He may have guessed, but we are naturally faster, but he didn't know I was running bulky. Next comes Chi-Yu, Demon of Amon. There's nothing I can do except go to this. Terra Dark Pulse. 36. This is max special defense, max HP, Assault Vest, Volcanion. He's doing 36. It is 3-shotting. If he gets a flinch in this next turn, I believe I don't lose, but I pretty much lose late game because after I do kill with Scolipede, but he could switch out into anything else he has and come back later and scare Scolipede out. So that was very, very scary. He does switch once I get the Steam Eruption off. Steam Eruption is an awesome move, and it did a job, so now we get out. He does T-Wave, and to my Gliscor, and I believe I get up Rocks here. Rocks is pretty good, getting that residual damage, and definitely interesting after this turn, after I take damage, and I was like, how did I get to yellow HP after this. I have toxic heal, but we have neutralizing gas, which is really really fun to kind of see. I'm like, wow, Gliscor's actually taking toxic damage. Usually it's the other way around. I heal, but other way I was thinking about it, I was like, Gliscor doesn't really have a purpose outside of defogging, spikes away, and the possibility of webs. That's why I put defog on. And so that's one. And then getting rid of this thing, very, very good. I'll take that trade because then I kill this. And now I get the toxic heal up. But he does go electrode. I don't have a good switch into this thing, so I'm okay with stacking it there. After that, I go Vanillix because he does not have a defogger, so Aurora Veil is kind of free. So that was kind of the plan. He taunts. Okay, I can't, but then free freeze dry. He misses, which isn't too big. I'm pretty sure I don't outspeed anything besides Bruno Regis. I outspeed it anyways. So freeze dry again. And funny thing here is I click Aurora Veil instead of clicking freeze dry to kill it. I don't know what happened. I just assumed I clicked freeze dry to kind of kill it. And then I probably could have gotten, then he would probably gotten Chi-Yu, and I would have sacked it, so not much difference, but I was supposed to get freeze dry kill, but that didn't happen. It's okay, because I outspeed this thing naturally, a Scolipede, so I get the kill. I see what he wants to do here with Protect, and I see Will-O-Wisp, and I go, okay, yeah, I'm getting out. I really can't touch this thing. It's got a lot of defense, a lot of HP, so not much I can do. He switches to Samurott. I kill this thing. Now goes back into Chi-Yu. Now Volcanion's a beast, so it's really doing well. But if he gets a flinch here, it's a problem. He doesn't, which I'm very thankful for. But Volcanion did its job. It dies, but it got its job to where either Kyurem Black, I don't think Kyurem Black lived at 66, but Normanetric. So it's literally up to Scolipede now to get the kill, because Scarf Chi-Yu absolutely wrecks my team. So I go into Scolipede and I Protect, see what he wants to do, and he does Dark Pulse, and there's two things going through my mind here. I could click the buttons that I have and do damage, or I could switch, because I didn't think he would stay in, especially since I outsped, but I looked at tearing this next turn and hitting X Scissor, and I was like, alright, it does damage, not a problem. And he does end up switching. Oh no, I kill. For some reason, thought he switched, but he goes back into Runerigus, and I was like, okay, he could Willow here. I was like, let's see the damage, and I do 17%, and I was like, that is nothing. And he does Will-O-Wisp, and I went, I am never winning this battle. Now he has the speed boost because of Wandering Spirit, which was like, that's funny. Runerigus is slow. So I go into Kyurem, bulky, eats whatever this thing wants, but starting to get speed boost, which is interesting. So I freeze dry, get the freeze, but it immediately thaws, so it doesn't really matter. And I thankfully live, and potentially, now he's 2.5, which is scary, but I do outspeed. Runerigus is very, very slow. If he was 3 times, he actually would have outsped. I don't think he would have outsped Manetric at 3.5, but he would have, at 3, he would have outsped Kyurem, which would have been funny. Speed boosting Runerigus is absolutely hilarious, but his base speed was like 96 speed, I think it was, so 2.5 is still under the 297 I think I had on Kyurem. So we win game 1 3-0, which was very, very huge. Good thing for the mental. Kyurem put in so much work, and Scolipede really got 2 kills, which is not bad, but sometimes Scolipede can sweep, so having Kyurem take out most of the stuff and kind of run a two-man show was really good. Now on to game 2. I was thinking about leading Kiram again, but I was thinking, okay, I led Kiram last time, and I kind of ran through his team. So, what would be his possibility of countering that? Like, what would he counter lead? And my thought was Palmot, because it outspeeds Kiram if he was max speed. I don't remember if he was, but it does outspeed if he's max speed, and I really have to switch. I don't have a lot of great switches into it, so I was thinking Palmot, and so I went with a Metric because I get the Intimidate, so even if he does close combat, he doesn't kill me. I'm faster, 2 flamethrowers takes it out. Menetric was not a standout performance in game 1, so if I just kept Kiram and Scolopede alive, I was like, I can win, right? Those are the win cons in that game 1, and Menetric, if he just does more damage than he did last game, that's positive. He ends up leading with Samurai, and at this point, I'm like, okay, he has two kind of things to go into, which is the Palmot and the Runerigus. One immunes and one's Volt Absorb. So I didn't want to click Volt Switch. I wanted to, and I had HP Grass. So I was clicking that because it's also super effective. So it was really safe if he did stay in. And if he did switch, I got damage on something. So that was the play once I saw that. He ends up switching to the Palmot. I do get the Intimidate, so if this was the lead that I expected it to be, I got the Intimidate, but now I have the damage. 60%, he stays in, I'm faster, I get a flamethrower, I do kill. I don't remember if that was 100% a roll in my favor or not, but I don't think flamethrower was always killing. I think it might have been a roll. So we do get the roll, which is really, really good. And then Chiyu comes in, which, again, is so threatening to go into this and go, maybe Miniature can live one at it does 99%. No, Terra Dark Chiyu does 117%. And I went, do I really want to sack this thing? Just as a sack. It's not fun. Not fun to face a Chiyu. And so that was fun, but I switch into my check, and he overheats, which I don't know why. Because, yeah, overheat does a lot to everything else, but I don't have a dark resist. There's not a dark resist on my team, so there's literally no point in clicking overheat. You killed the Dark Pulse. Period. I could have been a max HP, but I couldn't have been because I killed the Palmot, right? So I don't know quite that reasoning, but it's good for me because I keep the 3-shot on Volcanion alive. I keep him in that range to where I can still come in and take another hit and then get damage off. So, beneficial for me. So he's going to switch. I click Steam Eruption, because that is the freest move ever. Oh, no, I double. Oh, yes. Oh, I doubled because there's no way he's staying in, right? So I don't need to take a hard switch into something in the next turn on what he wants. So I hard double into Kiram, expecting one of these, and Kiram does amazing into everything on his team. So that's an easy double. He's not staying in. If he clicks overheat again, he's doing 5% to me. A bulky Kiram. So that was the logic. I remember that. Now we see the wheezing. I do 44%, which at first I was like, wow, that is max Bidef. But actually, it turns out to be AV wheezing, and I wasn't that invested. So it doing 44 is still a ton of damage, and we'll see what he does to me, which is Gyrable 22, which sucks for him. I do so much damage, he just did nothing, and I have the leftovers recovery, so he's barely doing 15% to me, And so I go again, click Earth Power. There's no reason to stop. Right? I'm doing damage. Anything else he wants to switch in takes damage. There's the Electrode, but we know the Electrode doesn't do anything to me. So he Gyro Balls again, no damage. And so here I was like, if he's just going to keep doing that and sack this, I'm going to Roost. Because I get all the health back. So essentially instead of 70, I'll be at 85 because of 15% roughly. And then I outspeed, kill for sure. And then I'll be up 90 plus. So there's no downside to that. So I go to press Roost, but he ends up switching. And so I was like, okay, I'm fine with this. I didn't calc the sets for this, so I didn't know what item this was. I knew it had, if he came in like this, I knew he was Sacred Sword. So I kind of calced Sacred Sword. I'm like, alright, it's going to do damage. I get 94, which was awesome. He Sacred Swords and does 87. I looked at the calculator, and the set that Biff showed me, he's banded. And I think he got one of the lowest rules possible, because it has banded Sacred Sword has a chance to kill. Sharpness. It's just I was surprised later looking at the calc. I was like, wow, that should have just straight up killed. So I didn't know that it was banded. I didn't really calc it, and so I was like, okay, he can either save this for later. He could click it again, but I'm faster, and I was like, he can click Sucker Punch. So I was like, I'm gonna click Roost, right? Sucker Punch fails, and then I'm not too worried about it. And so I click Roost. He switches, and I guess I should have calced the damage, because then I would have known it was banded. Maybe I would have changed up the play. But I get the Roost off. He switches, and so I get that free health, which was so good. Here I'm doing work in game 1. Now it's doing work in game 2, and it's healthy again. So now he comes with the Electrode, gets a T-Wave off, Live Freeze Dry. Did not kill, but it's okay. Just keep clicking Freeze Dry. He goes Volt Switch out, and I do get Parrot here, which is unfortunate, but it's okay. I was thinking, do I have a switch into this? And what I did was I switched into Manectric, get the Intimidate off. That way I can save Kyurem for later and kind of kill this thing. He goes for Ceaseless Edge, does 64. So much damage after Intimidate. And I want here to click Volt Switch. He did not, or he did switch last time, but I, was like, oh, Palmad's dead. He's going to save for Norigas for Scolipede late game like he did last time. So I can go ahead and click Volt Switch here. He does end up switching, and so I go, alright, going to get damage. Damage is really nice. We'll get the damage on Renorigas. And next I go out into Volcanion, because nothing switches into Volcanion anymore. You've got 5% Samurott, and you got 5% Electrode. This thing dies. Chiyu also takes damage, which is good for me. He ends up switching into Electrode, and Volcanion picks up that kill. Next, Samurott comes back out, and I don't have a good switch into this. So I go into Vanillix, thinking I get Aurora Veil off. And even with the snow boosting my defense, it does 48%. And I was like, wow, this is when I knew it was banded. Not any other time. This is when I went, that's a lot of damage. And he's faster, and now he has 3 layers of spikes, which was unfortunate. I go out to Scolipede. I know I outspeed, so I just click EQ. Next here, I go into Gliscor, because the main threat now, he clicks Haze. The main threat now is these spikes, because this spike damage to my Volcanion is a huge threat. I need it to check Chiyu to get some damage. So Gliscor comes in on this, and I don't care if he switches into anything else. I am defogging. That is what I'm doing. That's this goal. He switches out into Samurott while I defog, and I go, alright, he can do whatever. I'm just going to kill this thing. He does Ceaseless Edge to get another spike back up. I Poison Jab to kill it off. Next comes Chi-Yu, and again, every time Chi-Yu comes in, something dies. It's just the way it works. There's no other option with Chi-Yu. And so I go, alright Gliscor, you did good, you're gone. Next, here's my check, and if it did 36%, wait, 36, oh I don't, the spike, that one spike was huge, because I would have survived 2, now I don't. So if this flinches, big problem. I don't, and I end up getting the damage that I want, and Chi-Yu kills Volcania. Now, this is getting a little more dicey than game 1 did, because I can easily get, speed boost taken away. I am paralyzed on Kirim, so that can always have hacks and things like that. But I do have a win condition. I still can win, even though I really don't touch this. I still kept Kirim alive to kill the Runerigus. And so, right, I go there and I protect, because if he didn't want to switch and I just attacked and I just died, that means I lost. We go to game 3. So I kind of was forced into protecting there. He goes into this, and then I go, all right, not staying in, switching out. He can't Willow me, and I do a bunch of damage. He Poltergeists 28, and this is kind of fine. I know I can kill, but I wanted to get a root stuff, because if he's only doing 28 every other turn, I'm getting leftovers as well. He can't really kill me. So staying healthy, just in case these hacks do happen, that was the goal. So I'm healthy, and now I can just freely click Freeze Dry, and I do get a crit. I don't know if that mattered. I probably would have killed anyways the next turn. And then Chi-Yu always killed me. Unfortunate, I got parried there, but I do have a win con, which is easily Scolipede protecting. I outspeed always, and even though he has Scarf, I'm +1. Outspeed him naturally, Terrabug X Scissor, and claim the victory. So, good game to Biff. Scolipede Terra is probably one of the best Terra captains this league has, besides the broken mons like Dragapult and Urshifu. This one's up there as, no one knew this was going to be good, and then I brought it in and it's absolutely dominating. So, but Kirim Black is a menace, and this is without Dragon Dance, without Terra, and it could just do so many things. So, good game to Biff. We claim the +4 differential in this 2-0, and we are 8-3 now. 8-3 through week 11. We play Tabs next. Daniel Des, and we'll try to win that. I think I'm clinched for playoffs with this 8th win. I do want to get a couple more. I do want to win out. That's the goal. But we will see how it goes. I play Tabs next, and that is it. We'll see you next week.